is not a core power or function of the president to ensure the proper certification of the next president, the one in this case who beat him, President-elect Biden, by the Congress. That core point is not very complicated. Let me say it in English as I round out my reporting on today's case. Breaking the law is not enforcing it. Stealing elections is not protecting them. Committing voter fraud and elector fraud is not election integrity. Duh, again. Now, someday, there could be a tough case where the court does weigh potential prosecutorial overreach against the president who was just doing their job or prosecuting a difficult war with second guessing afterward. But no disinterested expert seriously thinks that's the case here. Today, some conservative justices claim they have to step in, though, because there needs to be a rule for the future. Not about defendant Trump, they said, but for the future, later hypothetical cases. That's what they got to do. Well, as a longtime court watcher, I call bull. There's never been an insurrection like this before. The legal task at hand is how to prosecute it. Not to anxiously, neurotically cogitate about preventing a potential later overreach. This isn't an overreach, but someday there might be one. And so rather than dealing with this sedition, let's worry about this future overreach. And, oh, the people worried about it are the people appointed by, oh, the guy who benefited from this failed sedition. Huh. And then they keep insisting on the bench today, some of the Trump appointees, this isn't about him. They're bad at PR. When you say this isn't about the money, it sounds like it's about the money. And when you say this isn't about the guy who appointed me and our alliance and that we might help him get out of his jam and he might become president again so we can get more Trump appointees on the court, well, you sound pretty guilty in your mind. Now, if there is a later case, this is the kind of court that would probably take that case anyway, so they wouldn't even be stuck with some old rule, like okay to the coup prosecution, but the next one is out of bounds. And they say, oh, but we already made this ruling. Does anyone really think they're sitting out future big presidential cases? They'll say what they said in this case and the Trump ballot case. They take the case, sometimes they take it right in the middle of everything and say it's too important for them not to weigh in. And then, finally, I'm just disentangling their logic, just tonight, since they made these points today. Would they then be bound by this case? Again, if they said, okay for the coup prosecution, but we're worried about a later overreach, oh, we're bound by the earlier, narrower version of the thing we said? Would they be bound by this? Who knows? They certainly did not feel bound by Roe v. Wade. And they testified under oath they would uphold that precedent. So, forgive me for going on for some time. The arguments were longer than usual, approaching 3 hours. And while I mentioned there were some decent points made, some tricky questions, at the core, what we saw today was, best we could tell, many members of the Supreme Court shutting their eyes to the insurrection we lived through. Yes, Lady Justice is blindfolded. But the justices, we got a lot going on set, but everything's fine. Lady Justice is supposed to be blindfolded, but the justices are supposed to see the facts. And if you can't see the facts in front of you about this MAGA insurrection era, how can we possibly rely on you to prevent the future coups that we're told are being planned?